Warning, the following podcast is a shit show, and the individuals you are about to meet are idiots. Their opinions, anecdotes, and advice contain zero nutritional value. This is the critical human condition and all of its strangeness. This is life, according to an idiot.
I just hit like a pocket of pure Jack Daniels. I need to stir this. Oh, hi, podcast.
Right, okay, I need to put my headphones on.
You need to put your head on straight.
It sounds way worse.
So we are having some libations.
How do I sound?
Sounds A-okay to me. How does she sound, audience? Thanks, audience.
It's my Waluigi impression.
Yeah.
You'll be hearing a lot more of that.
So guys,
folks.
just a warning. We both are drinking. Let's do what's the deepest voice you can do? How deep can your voice get? It sounds like a pug.
Okay. Okay. Whew, okay. Hello. I am Kaylee, and I'm drunk currently. I'm not quite drunk. I'm tipsy.
I'm the J-Dog. That's right. The J-Dog's making his comeback.
Ooh, what's a good nickname for me?
Lee.
Lee?
Lee.
My nickname for a little while was The Lee. How's that?
Like the Lee?
Yeah, The Lee.
It sounds like I'm just saying the Lee.
Yeah, that's me. I'm The Lee.
You're the Lee. You're the Lee.
Gross. Hello, everybody. This is The Lee.
And this is the G.
No.
No. He's doing a joke.
So, yeah, currently life wants us to drink, so we're drinking. So this is episode 11, huh?
Episode 11. Huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Episode 11. We're drunk.
So, Lee,
Yes.
how's life been? What's new?
I'll tell you what's new.
I got a bad feeling about this podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
So Jeremy, sometimes people get really annoyed about weird things. Do you ever just like have those conversations where you argue about seemingly useless things? You texted me today.
Yeah.
And I asked you, like, would you mind if I study at your house?
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, and you're like, yes, of course.
But in reality, that means that, yes, of course, I would mind.
Yes. But
I said that when I read that back, I was like, I wonder if she's going to read into that too much.
I definitely did.
I was really pissed off. I really minded. I was like, I want you to be in my house and not study.
Right. But you also K a lot, too.
I do.
It's too passive-aggressive for my person.
It sounds passive-aggressive. I never intend it to be passive-aggressive. Although
But whether you intend it or not doesn't matter how it's received.
Okay.
I don't like that.
K. Lee. K. Lee. K. K. Lee. K. Lee. K. 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 Lee. K. 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 Lee. K. 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 Lee.
Oh, this is awful.
Lee. I have no idea what I was
Oh my
saying.
God. Okay.
Hey, what's up?
I'm scrolling through Twitter right now because Jeremy's
I'm-
conversations are always so boring. And an 8-year-old skipping stones discovers a millennium-old Viking sword in a lake.
That's the beginning of a video game.
What the?
Also, he didn't deserve it.
An 8-year-old bitch. I could use for some Viking swords right now.
Again, your hatred of children is really shining through.
That's who I am. You gotta just deal with it. If you're gonna listen to According to an Idiot, that's just a part of the package. Sorry. All right, so...
Under what circumstances would you have a child?
do I have to have it, though? I'm like, what are you looking at?
I legitimately saw something move behind you. Like,
No.
back in the workroom.
No, are you... No. Go look.
What the fuck was that?
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I'm not even joking. Wow, okay. Let me talk for a second about this.
It was so dark in it. Why did you turn off the light?
I don't want to see it again.
Oh my God, but what's behind me?
Let me just explain something real quick.
Oh my God,
Okay,
if somebody were to throw a knife, it would hit me and it would miss you, and that's what I don't want.
Well, that's good because then it's like a warning signal to me and I can run. Now, we are currently in my basement in a little section we call the movie room because there's a projector and a couch.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared because we didn't see anything back there.
You saw something.
I saw like a figure. I did not see someone wearing a brown coat.
Brown. It was that specific?
Because that's what I saw. I'm not saying there was like a
Maybe-
man or a woman. I just saw
Maybe when you drink, you become psychic, and there's a ghost back there.
That's a good idea. I need to drink more. So, and behind Kaylee, it's where the projector is on a shelf. And the shelf, there's no wall behind the shelf. It feeds directly back into the workroom. So we can go back there and fix the wires in the projector, the sound system or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking, and I saw what looked like a figure in a brown coat rush by the opening. If I wasn't drinking, I'd be really
Yeah, like I
creeped
don't
out.
know if I should be scared or not because there's no lock on the door.
Legit, I'm not. This is not like me bullshitting because I'm not drunk right now.
Mm-hmm.
I saw something.
Have you ever seen that Twitch stream of the guy who was like playing video games or something, and behind him there was like door slamming and stuff? I feel
No.
like that's this situation, but we weren't recording it visually.
We just didn't hear the ghost. Let me give you some history now, though.
Okay, is your house like? Is there dead people in the?
In the walls? Yes.
Dead
No. So the last year or so, last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this I can just dismiss. All of this I can just dismiss as just random. Starting like 2 years ago, the house next door, an old man died and went for sale.
So
And-
in both this house and the house next door, or was it one or the other?
You can't die in two houses at the same time.
Okay.
The house that is geographically behind you, technically.
Mm-hmm.
He died, and the house went for sale, and it was on the market for a while. And then a family bought the house. And then after that family bought the house, this is just correlation. This is not causation at all, I don't believe. Just to get spooky with you guys here.
Mm-hmm.
I started having, for a whole summer, these terrible night terrors. But for a whole summer, maybe a little bit longer than that, I would wake up swearing to God someone was standing over my bed.
Oh.
Okay? Like genuinely.
Mm-hmm.
Not like in a twilight. Like I would wake up, I'd be suddenly alert,
Right.
sweaty and whatever. And so I would get up, I would throw something, or I would go and turn on the lights, and nothing would be there. And my thoughts would stop racing, and I'd be like, "That's stupid. Of course it's not.
Right.
Of course this isn't a
This isn't a person.
a person. It's just my mind." It would first start with me waking up, and out of not the corner of my eye, but like the corner of my like
Periphery.
awareness. Yeah, pretty much I felt somebody standing next to my bed, or someone like hiding behind my bed.
Oh.
So I would go and I'd turn the lights on, and no one would be there. And then that family moved out. I heard they got a divorce. I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then the night terror stopped.
So after they got a divorce, the night terror stopped?
Yep, after they moved out. I heard they got divorced. So
Huh.
it was just like the word around the subdivision. And by that I mean my dad told me they got a divorce.
Right.
So night terror stopped, just coincidentally. I don't know.
So what you're saying is the old man came back and he's running around in your workroom behind me.
He's full of energy now. He leached the life force out of that family. Now he's just full of energy and wants to
Yeah.
run around. No, but so a new family just moved in to the house. And you know what?
Are you getting night terrors again?
Well, I'll get to that in a second.
Oh my God, tell me right now.
This new family moved in, and I swear to God, like, they're a carbon copy of the last family. Like, two little girls, you know, obviously mom and dad. And they have the same, like, toys out in the backyard. I'm home alone a lot. On the weekends, my parents go up north to our cabin, and my brother's working or at his girlfriend's house. And lately I've been hearing, like, more creaks in the night. Again, I'm not saying it's anything.
Stop saying that. It makes it less scary.
I've been hearing what sounds like when I'm standing in our kitchen at night on the weekends. And this is not at a time when I'm spooked out. Because I know when you get spooked out, things become spookier. No, this is a time when I'm just making food, you know. I'll hear footsteps. I haven't heard in a while, but I'll hear footsteps over the kitchen going back and forth. And over the kitchen is the hallway upstairs.
Right.
Sometimes it's rushed, like do-do-do-do-do-do. Other times it's like do-do-do.
Oh,
Do,
no.
do. And I'm like, what the hell is that? So my first resort to anything scary is I'll just like yell to try to scare the intruder. Because in my mind, it's like someone broke into the house. And I'll go around, I'll get like a stick, and I'll look around upstairs, and there's nothing up there. There never is. I wasn't having night terrors. I'm not having night terrors, but something happened about 2 weeks ago that was really scary.
Okay.
So me and my brother were, you hearing that?
Have I ever told you the story about my aunt?
What?
That sound.
I don't know if you guys can hear this, but we're getting like interference on the tech.
My aunt passed away, And ever since she passed away, whenever there's something electrical, I hear like just like that.
Yeah.
It's like a dint.
It's like an interference.
Yeah.
Did you get a text though? Check your phone.
No.
Did I get a text? No.
It'll be like a
Yeah.
It always sounds exactly the same no matter what it is. Like it'll be a computer, it'll be like a TV, it'll be a radio station, it'll be a lamp.
Right. And electrical things can make that kind of noise when there is like a cell phone or something.
Those is my ghosts.
So about 2 weeks ago, me and my brother home alone, and we heard this big bang.
Mm-hmm.
And the clock that's been sitting on the wall in our home office for 6 years.
Right.
Fell. But it fell in the middle of the room.
Oh.
And it's over it's seated directly obviously on the wall.
Yeah.
Over a couch. And there's no way that it wouldn't have landed on the couch before landing directly far away in the middle of the room.
Okay.
And
yeah.
my brother was the one who called my attention to it. It's like, isn't this kind of weird? Like, how does that happen? I'm like, it probably
Right.
just bounced off the couch.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried it again. I held it over its nail in the wall, and I just dropped it. And it didn't even land off the couch. It landed directly
Right.
onto the top
The
of the
cushion,
couch.
yeah.
The cushions, yeah. It didn't bounce. The cushions weren't firm enough to have it bounce. So I was like, it's kind of weird. Anyways, a week before that, I was laying in my bed, and I just couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning. So I finally say, like, you ever toss and turn so much, you're like, fine, I'm going to turn one more time. So I was laying there, and I felt like somebody nudging the end of my mattress, like on the end where my feet were. The bed moved, and my first thought was, this is probably a spasm or something.
Right.
Like, okay,
right.
probably my
like
body
jumped awake.
Yeah, because I fucking hate doing that. I do that. I used to, when I was a kid, I used to jump awake all the time. I knew it wasn't a spasm because first my mattress shook, and then my headboard started slamming against the wall.
Fuck. I'm spitting literally all over this. I have to pee so bad again. You haven't peed once.
I haven't.
Yeah,
you might have gonorrhea.
I definitely don't have gonorrhea.
You definitely have gonorrhea. So, anyways, I woke up. I had gonorrhea. I was like,
The ghost gave me gonorrhea.
I was like, damn, I gotta take care of this discharge. I felt like something was getting ready to like show itself to me. You know, like before it storms, like, oh shit, some wind's about to come, like a static in the air, like there's something. It felt like something was watching me. So I just said, if I close my eyes, I won't see anything. So I just closed my eyes, fell asleep. And that was that.
On a similar note, when I was in Thailand, I don't know if I talked about this specifically, but we all sat around a campfire, like a big bonfire, and we told ghost stories. Well, the thing that stuck with me is our guide told us, if you hear something or you feel something, just don't react to it. And it really just kind of freaked me out. And that night we slept in this one big, I don't know if houses, like bungalow. We slept on mats and there was like mosquito nets around us. And I slept with my sister and this other guy because he was too scared to sleep by himself, which I totally get because I was also too scared to sleep by myself. And I kept feeling things and like hearing things the whole night.
Was the guy?
He was listening to music, so he wouldn't hear things on purpose, but I didn't have the luxury of music on my phone, so I just got to sleep with the nature. So through the night, I was hearing like this growling noise, and I was paralyzed with fear. I was convinced that it was a ghost or a demon or something, and I knew like I couldn't move because it would be reacting to it. And I was so scared, but nobody else was awake, and I didn't want to wake anybody else up because that would be reacting. But I realized at like 4 a.m., the guy that was sleeping with us just snored really oddly. So I stayed up from midnight to about 4 or 5 a.m. because I was convinced that there was some demon or ghost growling. Might have been. I have no idea.
Wow, yeah, could have been.
And at like 4 a.m., there was a dog that somebody decided to let sleep with them, which normally would be like, okay, that's cute. But the dogs there were like feral and they had ticks and fleas. For some reason, somebody let a dog sleep with them while like the doors were closed, so it was not able to leave.
Yeah.
Which also is problematic because dogs have to go to the bathroom. So in the middle of the night, this dog just starts going crazy and just starts like trying to claw its way into like through the mosquito nets and stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody is screaming because they're convinced that this is a ghost that's like scratching at their mosquito nets and like jumping on their heads. But it was actually just like this dog that needed to go to the fucking bathroom locked inside. But it was just a dog.
It's always just a dog. That thing that I saw run behind you, it's just a dog.
There's just a
It's
dog.
just a dog, Lee.
I've been having so many more sleep paralysis episodes lately. I've
you-
never had sleep paralysis until a few months ago.
You must be stressed out.
I've always been stressed out. This
You
is
must
probably
be
the
especially stressed out.
This is like the least stressed I've been in a very long time.
Really?
Yeah. The other night, I was sleeping on my right side towards the edge of my bed, and I woke up. I mean, I was still asleep, but I woke up, and there was this really scary, think of the other mother from Coraline, woman.
Oh my God.
She was crouching on the edge of my bed, and she had her arms like propped up on my bed, and she was staring at me.
Oh my God.
And
Dude,
it was-
that's genuinely scary.
Yeah, it was like a few inches from my face, like smiling at me, Coraline
Like
style.
black eyes?
Yeah, just
Oh my
just
God.
smiling, and I like could not move. But every time like I opened my eyes again, she was there, but she was closer. In the back of my head, I knew it wasn't real, so I forced myself to close my eyes. And I don't know if you've ever like had a sleep paralysis like episode to where you force yourself awake.
Oh, yeah.
It was like that. I was just like concentrating so hard on waking up.
Okay, so we mentioned this, I think, briefly before.
Mm-hmm.
The man in the black hat.
Yeah.
I saw him again.
Did you since then?
I had a dream about him.
Okay, but still.
So it started when I was a kid. I had a dream about him.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually in that.
Was he in the back room?
Do you remember me saying that? He was in that workroom.
Oh my God.
But I saw a brown coat, so I don't. That was not. Yeah. So just as a refresher, when I was a real little Jeremy, I had a dream, and I was home alone, and everybody was gone, and I went down to the basement for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I was on rails.
So, is this a dream, you said?
When I was a kid, yeah, one of the most distinct dreams from my childhood. I went down to the basement, and there's a light on in the workroom out back. I opened the door, and there's a man, a tall man in a black suit, like old kind of like Victorian era, black suit, black top hat, black hair, pale face. And he was just staring at me. And I heard this,
Oh, there's static again.
because I'm talking about him.
Oh. Ah.
That's spooky. This is just our paranoid episode. So,
Ah.
and I hear this sort of like a bell or just kind of like a chime, but it's like big and deep. And he looks at me and he goes, "Then who is at the door?" And then I woke up. Anyways, so then when I started around, I think 17 is when I started having sleep paralysis. And one times I saw him out of the corner of my eye and I couldn't breathe. Then the other story, and I think I might have to listen to the podcast, but my grandpa was real sick near the end of his life, and he had to hire like in-home hospice essentially. So we got to know the nurses pretty well, and this one nurse, Cindy, we were playing Uno with her and my grandpa and my brother. And I remember she was doing really well in the game. She had like the least amount of cards in her deck. My grandfather looks at us and he goes, "Come on, boys. We can't let a woman beat us."
Oh, no.
Yeah. Also, he kept on saying Keno every time he got down to one card. Keno. So yeah. Anyways, so she had told me a story. I don't know what prompted her to say this, but she was kind of strange. When she was a kid, she played hooky from school. She pretended to be sick, and her mom knew she was pretending to be sick, but
I
she was like,
have not heard the word play hooky. Are you 80 years old?
Yep. She said that one time when she was a kid, when she pretended to be sick, her mom was like, if you're really sick, you better spend the rest of the day in bed. So she sent her to her room. She had a bunk bed that she shared with her brother. And she got into the top bunk, and her brother used to always kick the bed to keep her up. And she felt somebody kicking the bed really hard, though. And so she went to go swing over the edge and be like, "Hey, whatever his name was, hey, stop it." And she swung over,
And
she
he
saw
wasn't there.
worse. She saw a pale man in a black suit and a black top hat. His eyes were white, and he stopped and he smiled at her. Good.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, right?
I used to sleep on a top bunk.
So did I. As the younger sibling, I used to sleep on the top bunk. I hated it.
I loved it.
Because I was always afraid something was going to come get me.
Well, I was reassured because if somebody were to come attack, they would attack the bottom bunk first.
So at least you died with the...
I died later than the other person.
which is a win in your book. So this happened last weekend. I have a dream. I wake up in my house. Nobody's there. Something tells me to go into the office.
Okay.
And my dad has this really stupid, like, stuffed ram's head. You've seen it.
The goat.
Yeah, it's like a goat head. I go into the office. I open up the door. Sitting on the couch in the office is the man with the black hat again.
This is a few days ago?
This is last weekend.
Oh.
Yeah. The goat head is in the couch next to him. He's holding it and he's petting
Every
it.
time we talk about him, there's static interference. Every time.
I don't know what that is. So anyways, he looks at me like I startled him.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at me when I open the door, and he smiles this like weird, like stupidly big smile,
Mm-hmm.
and just starts laughing at me. And like in my dream, you ever have like a camera angle shift in your dream?
Yeah.
When he smiled, all I could see was just like a close-up of his face, and I saw every pore in his pale face, and he was just like laughing, and it was so strange.
Like what kind of laugh? Because it depends a lot on how he laughs. Oh, fuck that. Fuck that.
Look at that.
That scared me.
Yeah, that's fucked up, right? That's not cool. That's not a good laugh.
No.
That's not a hee-hee.
No.
Yeah. So I woke up like in like a cold-ass sweat. Yeah.
So like when you saw him in your dream, were you scared?
I was not scared until he started laughing. When I saw him, I felt like what's it called? Deja vu.
Oh, okay.
I got like a ooh, like
I've lived this before.
like I had experienced it during the day or something. So yeah,
So, like,
the
how
laugh scared me, but it's because I saw it so close up.
Right.
When he started laughing, I saw his fucking face. I can still see his face.
So like what
I
it
have
is,
like goosebumps right now.
what
talking
it
about
is, like I don't know if I want to talk about it because it freaks me out.
But anyways, Kaylee, here's my whole point. When I told this to Zach, he turned pale
Mm-hmm.
because he said, "Oh, you mean like how last week the clock fell in the office right in front of the couch where he was sitting?" Yeah, it was at nighttime because he just got back from his trip to Tennessee, and I was like, "Hey, I want to tell you, I saw the man in the black hat again." First of all, he was like, "Can this wait till tomorrow?" And I go like, "Let me just tell you, he was in the office," and he was like, "Where in the office?" And I go like, "On the couch." He goes like, "Oh, you mean like where the clock fell?"
No.
I was like, "Well, I'm sleeping with a light on tonight."
I swear to God, if I have a dream about him, I'm going to be so pissed off at you.
Have you ever dreamt about him?
No. I've never seen him or dreamt about him before. Oh, so I got another...
Fuck you, Top Hat Man. If you're listening, fuck you. I hope you haunt Kaylee tonight.
Oh, that's so mean.
I'm so sorry. Haunt me instead.
Okay, so here's a nice, happy story.
Wait, Kaylee, I'm sorry for saying that.
Thank you so much.
I apologize.
A nice, happy story. So there was a cat in Burlington, Ontario that was found with its face wrapped in duct tape. And after people found out about it,
They left.
they're like, this is awful. And also, I want to adopt this cat because it's very sad. And a ton of people got super interested in this cat and all wanted to adopt him. So basically, this cat's life went from the worst imaginable, from its face being wrapped in duct tape, to a ton of people wanting to give it a nice, loving home. Wow. It's like me right now.
Oh, you're covered in duct tape.
Mm-hmm. And Jeremy's trying to force me to have sleep paralysis episodes.
Yep. Trying to force
And I'm going to rip
demons
off the
onto
duct
you.
tape and I'm going to have a nice home.
I'm going to cut out 80% of this podcast.
Yeah, I hope so. Science Corner, everybody. Science is cool. And today we are cool. Boom. All right, so the science news I got is very feministic. So the Nobel Prize for Chemistry was just awarded, and the 4th woman ever won it, Miss Frances Arnold. Woo!
Good job, Francis.
Yeah, so they won it for speeding up evolution to create useful proteins. Oh, sorry. So she becomes the 5th woman in history to win the Nobel Prize in chemistry. I thought it was the 4th, but it's the 5th. Sorry, Frances. It was first awarded in 1901.
To a woman?
Yeah.
Who? Madam Curie. Trick question.
I don't want to talk about science anymore. She got a Nobel Prize. That's it, right?
Yeah. Congratulations, Roberta.
Congrats, Arnold. Sorry, she won a Nobel Prize. She's amazing. It's Frances Arnold. If you had to guess my favorite dessert, what would it be?
Maybe like a pastry. It's either going to be something really simple or something really complicated.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's either going to be like vanilla ice cream or like...
I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay, so soy ice cream. You're definitely a cake person. I think you really like... What flavor of cake? What kind of cake is there? It's just cake.
Yeah.
Confetti cake?
Chocolate cake. Yeah, as much chocolate as possible. Like, I think out of sweets, I think you're like a donut person.
I love donuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, I just sense it. You're a donut.
How do you know that?
I don't know. I just feel it.
I literally ate a donut like 2 days ago, and I was like, damn, I think I love donuts.
Yeah, donuts are fucking good.
They're delicious.
What about like my favorite food? What do you think my favorite? I've definitely told you it before, but
like cheese, something with cheese in it, like mozzarella.
I do like mozzarella.
You think macaroni?
No.
You smell like macaroni person. You smell like macaroni, which is why
I do love pasta, but my favorite food is shrimp stir fry. I love
How would I have ever guessed
Asian food? I definitely told you, like, I love Asian food, and shrimp stir fry is my favorite.
I don't think you ever told me about shrimp stir fry.
I definitely.
No one has ever said
1,000%.
No one has
when
ever.
We went to the Thailand place. I was like, shrimp stir fry is my favorite.
It's called the Thai restaurant, not the Thailand place. You went to the Thailand place
Place, but the Thai food place, shrimp stir fry. I have no idea what yours is. Don't ask me.
You're the shrimp stir. Yeah, guess mine, huh? What's my favorite food? You don't know me at all. I'm so decadent.
No, yours is like, yours is probably gonna be something like lasagna.
No, fuck, I fucking hate lasagna. It's Stouffer's meatloaf and mashed potatoes. It is. I love that. I love Stouffer's meatloaf and mashed potatoes. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's like top 5, top 3 maybe.
Okay, so what's your favorite?
I have no idea. I'm one of those people that I don't have a top anything. I don't have that kind of level of decision making. Anyways, we were running out of disk space on this laptop.
God. So Spook Squad?
So Spook Squad, I think this whole episode was really Spook Squad.
Okay.
And I think this whole episode is completely unsalvageable. So